scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Day.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Under center will be the Southern California native standing at 6'4", Sam Darnold.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
He's got Burton here, and he gets this up across the 35. Before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 5. First down, New York.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Bell. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a first down carry by Bell. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
Throughout the game, we're going to track so many different statistics, but one is becoming increasingly in vogue: explosive runs of 20 yards or more, and we just saw one right there to open this game.
Now we'll see how the other team responds, because when you get a play like that against you this early in the game, you got to feel like your back's against the wall a little bit.
Yeah, the pressure now increases on you because your first thought is we have to answer right now.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by their quarterback. Out of Oregon, it's Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota's skill set can help continue to evolve the position of quarterback in the NFL because his ability to run with the football, you may not utilize it as little as other coaches have in the past. You may emphasize that part of the game a little bit more.
On first down, it's Taylor. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
One. Check. Fresno.
Taylor. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Easy one.
And a look now at how the Jets line up defensively.
Linebackers still often control defenses, and C.J. Mosley does exactly that for his. A Pro Bowler 3 of his first 4 years. Not only can he run and hit, he diagnoses plays so well, feels them out, and makes sure his team is organized and in the right spot on each and every snap.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down.
We taking wins home. One. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. I'm trying to collect. Three. Switch it.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
We play to win. Let's go.
Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, 79 yards. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times do we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Here we go.
And out come the Dolphins now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 129 yards, and he threw a touchdown in there for good measure.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Let's set a tone.
Third and short yardage. Mariota firing quickly here, and that's complete. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a give, right side. Taylor. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor, and he stopped immediately there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. I guess that was a little better. He got back to the line of scrimmage there after the loss on 1st down, but now you're still dealing with a 3rd and long.
So let's put on our offense coordinator hat. They've been very aggressive against the run the last 2 plays. I'm thinking screen right here. Let him come get the quarterback and dump it off, and there could be some room to roam.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And it's caught by Parker. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Mariota going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. From the red zone now, Mariota. This will be caught just inside the 10. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jakeem Grant. His first touchdown of the new season as they are now on the board here in the first half. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Le'Veon Bell and the Jets ready to begin their next drive. And with the day he's having, as we look at some of these highlights, maybe he wants to duplicate this pregame meal next week.
Whatever it is, guaranteed he will ask for the exact same thing each and every week as long as he continues to run like that. Sometimes it's that simple, partner.
Yeah. You know how superstitious these guys can be.
Oh, there's no doubt, right? If you put your left sock on first and you have this kind of game, you'll keep doing it. In this case, let's investigate that pregame meal. We might need some of that.
Yeah, right. It's working. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
But that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
He's going to air one out for Anderson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Touchdown. Robbie Anderson. $79 yards, and the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. That drive started on their own 25, 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
A 2nd down throw here for Mariota. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Mariota now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. The give to Taylor, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, the offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Check 43.
On first down, Taylor. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
You ain't going nowhere. Check four. Check safety. Motion.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sip through.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. Now this throw caught left side. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Darnold got an open man. It's a new one. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
A screen to Bell. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. To the air again, Darnold. Pass incomplete.
When we start looking for big-time corners, we're going to start with athleticism. But without technique, you're not going to make plays as one we just saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Darnold to throw again. That's complete. It's Bell. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
So now here come the Dolphins. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
One. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Mariota now to throw on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got him in. Complete. The 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. He's been in a pretty good group. They actually have more yards on the ground than through the air, but both have been good, pretty balanced.
And have we ever met a coach when we've talked to him before a game that hasn't mentioned wanting to be balanced?
No, because then you've got both sides hitting the defense. They don't know what to expect, right?
It really helps your play calling because now you're in a position where you're confident in either aspect of the game. Dial it up and let it go. And so far, that's allowed them to lead.
Absolutely. Have the lead here in the second quarter. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Tighten up.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Bell, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start up at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Devin Singletary, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it was Sam Darnold who was on target in the first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Watch twins. Check it back. Check it back.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. Breaks a tackle. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 33. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
We got double up. One. Check.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor, and he's got Rome. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
57 to Mike.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Wreaking havoc was Nathan Shepard, the D tackle.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
57. Mike, 57. Hey, let's get in them holes. Switch.
Another try after the first down sack. Mariota, that's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
3. Mike 5-4. Hey, pick your game up. Check three.
And the blitz does come. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Darnold on first down. Throw complete to Herndon. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards. Darnold now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Darnold now to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Oh, here we go.
Following the interception here, Mariota. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Show it. Check 9. One.
They go play action. Mariota. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's a gain of 35. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Check cross. Kill.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them attack right here on this play.
Back. Big air. Rush in.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. And he's probably wondering, how do I get that mojo back from the first half that he seems to have lost a little bit here in the third quarter?
And every guy has his whisperer on the team. You know, that one guy who can say things to him that other people can't. Right now, he's looking for that guy to kind of, hey, we're good. We're good. One interception. Just get it back. Get back to being who you are. And this team will be okay.
Yeah, because they led at halftime, trailing now. From the 29, Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
First down, Jets.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And a look at Bell, who remains down after that play. Appears to have gotten shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Darnold. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. He has to sort of pick himself up off the mat now, Charles. They were winning at halftime, now losing it. He's not playing well.
Sometimes you get into a position where you get a little bit too greedy. You feel great about how you're playing. Good first half. Hey, I can do even more in the second half. And then you make throws that you're not supposed to. As you said, he's got to start to turn things around.
See if he can erase those 2 third-quarter interceptions from his mind.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Powers through again. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 60 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
36.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Mike, 54. Delta, 54. 3 bucks, 3 bucks, 3 bucks. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Man, that's right.
On 3rd down, Mariota. That's complete right around the 8. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. The former 1st-round pick Shane Ray in on the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
To throw is Mariota. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Darnold. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And the pass complete to Anunwa. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went in the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
We got this.
The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Come on, baby.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's looking deep for Bell. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A gain of 32 that time. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. Douglas got it, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about that little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
And he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Jamison Crowder. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. And he had time there. I mean, you give any quarterback that length of time, he'll make you pay.
It just puts way too much stress on guys trying to cover downfield because, as you said, you don't have much time in the pocket. He can scan the field, find the open person. That's exactly what happened there. And what was the end result again?
Touchdown. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Now Taylor. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of 2 there, second down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check 13. Check 13. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Now a give, right side. Taylor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On first down. Taylor, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Dolphins, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week.